All right, some breaking news is catching everybody by surprise. The FBI arresting NBA player Terry Rozier early this morning in connection with a widespread sports betting investigation, and he's not the only one.
This is huge news. Nate Ford joins us live from Brooklyn with the latest. Good morning, Nate.
Hey, guys, good morning. Yeah, breaking news that is sure to rock the sports world. You mentioned Terry Rozier, and he's not the only one. Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers and a multi-time All-Star, a Finals MVP back in his playing days, also arrested this morning as part of an FBI investigation into illegal sports gambling. Now, Rozier, he was arrested in Orlando this morning, and he was there because the Miami Heat played the Orlando Magic last night. Rozier was active for that game, but he did not play as part of a coach's decision. Now, this all comes after the Wall Street Journal reported back in January that Rozier was under federal investigation related to a 2023 game back when he played for the Charlotte Hornets, where there was a surge of suspicious gambling activity related to the under on his performance with points, rebounds, and assists in a game where Rozier ended up leaving after about 10 minutes with an ankle injury. So the Wall Street Journal report detailed it so that it appeared that perhaps Rozier was accused of changing his performance in the game in order for other people to make money on his bets or on their bets. Now, this is part of an investigation that also landed a lifetime ban for Jonte Porter, a former Toronto Raptors player who pleaded guilty to his role. He's awaiting sentencing in December. We are expecting a news conference here at 10 o'clock with FBI Director Kash Patel and Joe Nocella, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. So we will be covering that throughout the morning. Big news rocking the sports world. We'll send it back to you guys.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to grow from here. Thanks so much, Nate. So there's a lot of speculation going on. The commissioner gave an interview saying he wanted more regulation when it comes to gambling. Maybe he knew this was coming.
It's going to be a huge investigation. I think you mentioned Jim Trusty may be representing.
He's representing Rozier.
He used to be in the prosecutor's office for New York, so he's a big. We got another Fox News alert for you. House Democrats launching a master ICE tracker that the Trump administration said could put the agents' lives in danger.
This comes as immigration enforcement operations increasingly come under attack in Democrat-led cities.
Is that allowed to go into the App Store? Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us now with details. Peter.
Good morning. And even though we have seen violence directed at ICE officers over the last couple months, some House Democrats want to make it easier for anybody, good intentions or bad, to track ICE.
Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the Oversight Committee will be launching on their website a master ICE tracker where we're going to be essentially tracking every single instance that we can verify that the community will be able to send us information on, and it'll be all available in one central place. And you'll be able to look up that information as it relates to Los Angeles as well.
The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, says shutdown Democrats are already refusing to pay our law enforcement agents. Now, Rep. Garcia and Senator Blumenthal are trying to put ICE agents at risk just for doing their jobs. The DOJ has zero tolerance for violence against law enforcement. We will prosecute anyone who assaults our agents. The House Democrats, though, are defending themselves like this. They say Trump is trying to silence our work with a fake controversy. We're documenting unlawful arrests of Americans and civil rights abuses. We're not tracking officers' locations, nor is this a live tracker. Our work will always protect the public, law enforcement, and the Constitution. We are exposing misconduct, building a public record, and upholding the Constitution. We will not be intimidated. But the threat to ICE agents is real, according to the acting head of ICE.
The fact that that he wants to put a target on ICE agents' back, so be it. But he shouldn't hide behind the fact that he wants to make his community safe. We've already seen from the Dallas shooting that apps like those are like giving a map to a hitman. So he's not protecting his community. He's putting the men and women in law enforcement at risk.
These Democratic lawmakers are saying that because this is not a real-time location for ICE officers, there is not a threat to anybody. And President Trump has said many times that he wants the most severe punishments possible for people who target ICE agents for violence. These two opposite positions appear to be on a collision course. Back to you.
The appearance is correct. They absolutely are, and we're watching those collisions every day in cities across our country. Thanks so much. I mean, the Canal Street thing was the unbelievable one where illegal immigrants selling illegal paraphernalia reported on by New York City shop owners asked for help. The cops wouldn't do anything. ICE came down there, and they were faced hostility from New York citizens, New York City citizens.
Did you see the rap sheet? Some of them outside of doing, sitting, putting out the legal product,
knockoff handbags.
Exactly. They also had criminal records as well.
Some of them were illegal.
Yeah, 9 of them were illegal.
18 past the hour now, and some breaking news on this story in the NBA. Watch this now. It's still developing. It's our understanding that there are arrests being made actively as we speak. This is rocking the league. The FBI arresting a coach in Portland, as well as current and former players. We expect to learn more 40 minutes from now with a news conference from the FBI. Nate Foy's live in Brooklyn, where that news conference will take place. And Nate, good morning to you. What do we know so far? Hello.
Hey, Bill, good morning. Yeah, all eyes will be on that news conference at the top of the hour, as right now we're learning at least 31 people with sports ties and mafia ties so far have been arrested as part of an FBI investigation into illegal sports betting in the NBA and also an illegal poker scheme. Now, the big names, big name coach and player, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, as well as a lesser-known player and coach, Damon Jones. So far, the 3 names that we know, but we'll start with Rozier. This comes after an investigation was reported by the Wall Street Journal into him, a federal investigation back in January that looked into a game back when he played for the Charlotte Hornets in 2023, where there was strange betting patterns that emerged in a game where he left early, Bill, after playing only 10 minutes with a foot injury, and there were a lot of bets on the under for his points, rebounds, and assists. So that has been reported in the investigation into Rozier. We'll learn more at 10 o'clock about the details with him. Chauncey Billups is a bit of a different case at this point, Bill. From our information, he is allegedly involved in a poker scheme with the American-Italian Mafia. And then Damon Jones is a former NBA player and coach as well, arrested. And this is all related to the same investigation that ultimately landed a lifetime ban for Jonte Porter, a former player for the Toronto Raptors, who admitted to altering his performance in games so that other people could make money off of prop bets for his performance in those games. Now, the NBA investigated Rozier, and he was cleared as part of the NBA investigation, which explains why yesterday he was active for the Heat's game against the Orlando Magic. He did not play because of a coach's decision, but the federal investigation has been ongoing in the background, and we are certainly expecting, and sports fans everywhere who are concerned about the integrity of the game are really looking forward to this news conference to learn everything that we can. The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver certainly has quite a mess here on his hands, but FBI Director Kash Patel and Joe Nacella, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, will be leading this news conference at 10, and we'll bring it here live, Bill. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Nate, thanks. Come back with more information when you get it. Just want to point one thing out. A prop bet is somewhat new. That's not when you bet a team to win or lose. It's when you bet on a single player to perform. Perhaps points, bet more points or less points, and that seems to be at the heart of a lot of this right now. Nate, thanks for that. Dana's got more right now.
And Michelle Tafoya, former NFL sideline reporter. She also covered Chauncey in the NBA, and Donna Ratuna. She is a Fox News contributor, and it's great to have you both. Michelle, could I start with you just to set the stage for us, because this is all breaking news, and it might be kind of confusing for a lot of people, especially if there are different charges for different types of gambling all in this one fell swoop.
I was shocked about Chauncey Billups, having covered him as both a player and a coach. But his gambling accusation, as Nate mentioned, has to do with poker. So it's totally unrelated to the game. At least it seems so at this point. But as for the players Bill mentioned, at these prop bets, these are easily manipulated. And there was a guy on Twitter, on X now, who posted about that game in 2023 regarding Rozier that got lucky that I was fed some inside info that Rozier was leaving in the first or second quarter so that his unders would hit. So these players who want to help out a buddy or affect, somebody's income can make a call and say, look, I'm not going to play that long. And they can manipulate how these bets come out. Now, I can remember a time when gambling was completely disassociated with pro sports. But not only have they accepted it, they've embraced it. When I went to turn on an NBA game last night, the sideline reporter was holding a microphone that said FanDuel on it. So FanDuel, one of the largest platforms for gambling, now televises games.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to add that I was just saying, Bill, early this morning, because I'm very interested in sports gambling, not because I participate, but because I think it's dangerous for especially young people. But just last night, the NHL, the Hockey League, said that this is all going to be a part of the Hockey League now. So it's all happening within the last hour.
So Nate Silver is the commissioner of the NBA, as Nate pointed out a moment ago. 11 years ago, Donna, he was talking about getting federal legislation for this. Since that time, 39 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico have all launched these legal betting markets. And Michelle, you're right. You can't turn on the TV or look at your phone without seeing an ad for FanDuel or DraftKings or you name it. What Silver is calling for, and Donna, maybe we're not even at this point just yet, he's calling for federal legislation to make it more streamlined in the world of gambling, so you don't have 39 different states operating under different rules. Donna, how do you see it right now?
Well, I think that's a possibility. Obviously, the legislature will determine how this moves forward in terms of what the rules are. But when we look at these, the problem is, and I'm sure, Mr. Silver is aware, as is every single person who's placing a bet, the integrity of the game and the integrity of betting on the games is going to have to really, really be under a lot of scrutiny. Because if you're a regular online bettor, what is going to make you want to place a bet if you think the system is rigged? And here we are in a world where that is such a large revenue stream. It's such a big business that if it is not regulated in some way, we're going to find ourselves in this situation where the whole thing could come crumbling down, and then there's no integrity anywhere. And I think that's really why Mr. Silver is asking for some type of regulation.
Michelle, we only have a couple of seconds left, but I want to ask you, when the press conference happens at the top of the hour, what are you going to be looking for to hear from the FBI?
Well, I'm certainly going to be interested to hear how these poker charges and all these different cases are connected. But certainly, there's going to be an example made for exactly that reason. Integrity of the game matters. This is a massive business. Sports betting is a huge industry now. And if you have a player or two who is manipulating the outcome, that is insider trading. And so I think the consequences need to be lifetime bans. And I think that's the only way you're going to get players' attention to stop with this. But it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, indeed. Adam Silver, not Nate Silver. Nate Foy, right? Okay, I crossed the lines there. Ladies, what I think here, what Nate Foy was describing there is you've got one guy in poker bets with Mafia connections. How does that relate to NBA prop bets over how much money, how many points a guy's going to score on the court? All this needs to be answered, and we'll follow it 34 minutes.
And it happens the morning after opening night?
Yeah, I think opening night was Tuesday night. It was last night.
It's really interesting.
A lot of teams getting the season going.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, Donna.
The Mafia, specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid their gambling debts. Defendants who participated in the rigged poker scheme are charged with wire fraud conspiracy. Other defendants have been charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions. This case demonstrates our office's